Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
What is up, everybody? So I'm going to bring you guys a quick little video today talking about 5 potential ban list changes that just make sense. So I'm just going to shoot straight into the video. Start off with my first potential ban list change, and that is Maxx C back to 3. So Maxx C is a card that a lot of players love to debate about over the past few months now, simply due to the fact of how the current Yu-Gi-Oh format is, which is pretty much spit monster to the board, pass, or hopefully I open up a bunch of hand traps and win. And with the only hand trap available at the time to help us combat the meta being Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, being an overly priced card, which is like 30 bucks. And then we also have things like the other Joy Spring cards, like the Ghost Reaper One of Cherries and etc. They're good, but nothing beats Maxx C. The fact that it can just completely stun out the opponent from special summoning monsters, it is insane. It completely tells a lot of decks no. Now, based on a live stream that House of Champs had with Jerome McHale, which you guys already know is a R&D worker for Konami, he hinted potentially at Maxx C coming back down to 1. I believe Maxx C would potentially come back to 3 because, honestly speaking, there's no reason bringing it back to 1. Yeah, it'd be cool to have at 1, but back to 1, it ain't doing nothing. It's just a luck set card. Back to 2 is acceptable. Back to 3 is, honestly speaking, the best way to handle it, especially since they don't want to touch Firewall Dragon. So since Konami does not want to touch Firewall Dragon, hitting Maxx C back down to 3 or at least 2 would be better for us in the upcoming meta. Number 4, Malicious goes down to 1. Now, for this ban list potential change, I predict Malicious will go down to 1. Reason being, even though I'm a hero player, even though I like the card, I gotta be real, that card is so busted in Link format. The fact that I can go Vian into Mali into ISO and just start plussing for days in heroes is insane. And outside of heroes, you have all of the warrior decks, the dark warrior decks. It's just too good to be true. Just because ISO exists, Malicious has to go back down to 1. Now, I'd rather Malicious go down to 1 and ISO stay versus ISO getting banned and Malicious staying at 3. Reason being, ISO helps out so many warrior decks outside of heroes. First of all, it helps out Noble Knights, which definitely needs a good Link monster. And it's good generic warrior support versus Malicious, where it's been broken in the past back in Teledad format, and it's showing its hairs this time of the year again in Link format and how good it can be. So I think overall, Mali down to 1 is optimum, because I feel like if Konami hit it down to 2, hypothetically speaking, it could still do some cute plays with ISO. So by taking it down to 1, you pretty much handle the problem right there, and that is the spam into the board and just allowing the opponent just to plus off of you with your ISO. Yeah, so Mali gotta go, man. I'm sorry, I love it, but it has to go. Number 3, Engage to 1. Now, I think, honestly speaking, Sky Strikers is obviously the best deck in the format. If you guys think Sky Strikers are not the best deck in the format, you are crazy. And Engage is to thank for that, in my personal opinion. It allows the deck to plus over you like crazy, and anybody that plays like crazy, simply due to the fact that it's pretty much a +1. Like, literally, it's like a pot of greed for the deck. They draw it, they plus, they make their Link monsters, they add it back. Too much card advantage. You guys already know Yu-Gi-Oh is the name of the game when it comes down to too much card advantage. And decks that have card advantage pretty much allow you to do a lot of damage. Throughout the history of Yu-Gi-Oh, anytime a card can generate that much revenue, you're usually going to wind up getting banned, hit, or limited. For example, cards like Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, while they don't off-back plus your hand up, the fact that they completely stun out the opponent, minusing your opponent, pitting you so much ahead of your opponent by stopping their plays when they resolve, it's the same concept, because when you resolve and engage, you get so many far up ahead of your opponent. as far as advantage is concerned, when they do try to stop you, they're just going to be stuck there in their tracks. So yeah, I think Engage is going to be the next Sky Striker card they hit. Winning 2 YCS back-to-back after they already got Hornet Drones limited already, it's just showing us something that Konami did not hit enough. Very similar to Zodiac last year. I think Sky Strikers is on a chopping block for new decks like Thunder Dragon, Dangers, and much more like Prank Kids, and even maybe even Zombies. I think Konami is going to want to allow those decks to thrive, so what's better than to let those decks thrive by hitting one of the best decks in the format, that being Sky Striker. Call by the Grave back to 3. Now, if Konami brings Maxx C back to 3, which I'm pretty sure they will, or at least to 2, I predict Call by the Grave is going to go back to 3 on the next ban list. It just makes too much sense, guys. Think about it. They hit Call by the Grave this last format. Why? I have no freaking idea. One could argue that they hit it because if you're playing a combo-less deck, they did not want you to always open your Call by the Grave to go off. But vice versa, with the fact that Ash Blossom completely craps on people's days and shut off road decks, Call by the Grave is a necessary evil to have in the meta, simply due to the fact that it can help fight against people. Outside of stopping hand traps, it's a good stopper for decks in general. If you're having in a main deck and you have your opponent using a lot of stuff, like for example a deck that runs 3 of each monster and etc., you can banish one of their monsters out of the graveyard, negate its effect, and catch your opponent off guard a lot. I have gotten caught off guard plenty of times like that. I believe in a format where Maxx C's at 3, because Maxx C, it's a necessary evil. Once again, it's one of those cards that if we're going to have a spam format, we need something to check the spamming. But at the same time, it's powerful enough to say, hey, it's not always fair when your opponent opens up a Maxx C, which is why things like Call by the Grave should exist, because we need outs to Maxx C, but something that's not too powerful, but something that says I can use it on either the Ash Blossom and hope he doesn't have Maxx C, or he's gonna Maxx C and hope he doesn't have my Ash Blossom. Those little intricacies like that is what make competitive Yu-Gi-Oh so great, because you have to literally think about every potential out your opponent has. If he has this, do I do this? If he had that, do I do that? So just by that alone, I think Konami just bringing Call by the Grave back to 3 just makes so much sense. I mean, it's at 3 in the OCG and it's doing some work. So I think at 3 in the TCG with a meta of 3 Maxx C would do us some justice. And last but not least, this is kind of a personal pet peeve of mine from the last ban list. I think it makes too much sense to just bring hero lists back to 3. Reason being, a lot of people are like, oh my god, here comes this guy with this hero stuff again. Click off the video, get off the video, and you guys gotta think about it, bro. Elemental heroes, masked heroes, destiny heroes all benefit from hero lists. In a format where Destiny hero Malicious is banned, we definitely need a hero lift to thrive. The only reason I think personally a hero lives was banned last format is simply due to the fact that from what I looked online, there was one card FTK with it because of hero lives, and because you go hero lives into the Vion or in hero lives into the Stratos to do your FTK with the Malicious combo, ISO, and etc. So I believe in a meta where we limit Malicious back down to 1, put Maxx C back at 3, and give us Call to Grave back at 3, Hero Lives is perfectly fine at 3 as well, because it really did not do anything to anybody at all. And for that matter, I believe Konami honestly should give us back a Assault Core for the ABC players. Yeah, it was using a specific OTK FTK, but so freaking what? If we have a meta game consisting of stuff like Maxx C, consisting of stuff like Call by the Grave, we should not have to worry about those cards being potential problems, because Konami does not want to hit the main issue of the format, which is Firewall Dragon. So since we gotta play these stupid games and not hit Firewall Dragon, I believe these will be the best ways to alleviate that. So with all that being said, guys, this was my 5 potential ban list hits that just makes too much sense video. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm uploading videos sporadically throughout the week, every other day. So if you like great Yu-Gi-Oh discussions, this is the channel for you. So with all that being said, once again, this is InnovationYGO, bringing you guys the hot Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Dude says, and happy Thanksgiving.